his bad locker room when you guys walked in and just were like, man, this is.
I don't know. Shoot, I can't even tell you about the locker room. Coach Smart always keep me so honed in on the game. I don't even be thinking about the locker room. I just basically going in, focus on the game, stretching wise, and getting fueled up for the game, stuff like that.
Yesterday, Prather Hudson said that he hopes and prays every night that the NCAA football video games will come back. Do you have any similar opinions, or what are your thoughts on maybe bringing that back?
It's crazy because when we was just in the locker room, I think during camp, somebody had put an Xbox in, and I was just walking in the locker room. And as soon as I walked in, I caught a pitch on NCAA. So I was like, now I definitely want NCAA to come back because that was a good feeling. I was happy. I just stood there. I didn't play NCAA in about 9 years. That was really big for me. So I really would like NCAA to come back.
How would you say this Arkansas State team compares to the team you just played in Orange Stadium?
I can't really compare them because they're our own team, but they're a very great team. They got good receivers. Got good quarterback back there. They're a very great team.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like schematically they're similar from the standpoint of trying to spread you out and throw the ball around a good bit.
Yes, sir.
You were talking about playing in Philly and playing in those leagues. How good of a player was DeAndre in those leagues against that competition?
He was pretty good. He was basically like our overall, if I had to say best player wise, he was definitely the best player in the league.
So it hasn't surprised you what he's done in college since then?
Because we always put the work in, We know that coming to a different level. We know it was a totally different level playing SEC ball and coming here to play at Georgia. We knew what was expected.
You've known him longer than most. I mean, where have you seen him grow the most in that time?
How would I say? Growing wise, just work. It's just crazy how his work just compounded. So it was work he was doing in high school, and then now it's the college work. Now it's he getting ready to be, he's trying to be the best running back in college football. It's just crazy the work that you see him put in with the sit-ups in the room, things like that. We weren't doing that back then.
What is Michael Barnett's role in this defense, both on the field during games and in the locker room?
Mike, he's definitely a leader. For our defense, he plays nose guard or anything non-tech. I know he plays D tackle. I know just to me, he's a big role model. He keeps me going on the field. Whether he sees me walking on the field, he tells me, run off the field, things like that.
A guy that's been, this is his 5th year here. What kind of, old guy wisdom, does he give you guys in the locker room?
Playing. When it's hot, it can be hotter. He was here when team was going to the solar panels to practice, so they really had it rough. We don't know what that feels like. I was the year coming in after that. So it was he was it could be rough, it could be rougher. We used to have 2-a-days and stuff like that. So, hustle now is we only got one practice.
Does he ever use the phrase back in my day, or is it just kind of, that's just kind of how it sounds?
No, I don't normally hear Mike saying back in my day. He normally just say when I first came here, or when I first started, when Coach Smart first got here, this how it was.
Is that kind of crazy to think about, that him and Kirby? He's been here longer than Kirby has, actually.
That is crazy.
You kind of had a big first 2 games. Well, not kind of. You have had a big first 2 games this season. How rewarding is that, knowing that you came off a position change and kind of didn't put up the stats with the playing time that you had last year? How rewarding has these first 2 games been?
I don't really think about last year because I know it was a process. I know following what Coach Smart, has planned for me, and it's just when you're going out there, I'm not even thinking about how big I'm playing, because I'm still, maybe to everybody else, I'm playing good, but at the end of the day, I'm playing very bad.
Is there a specific guy in the secondary that you kind of learned the most from?
I would say JR. He's been through a lot, coming here. He's very experienced. He's on the SEC championship team, and then the last year he was on our team. He has a lot of games in him. So, just watching him and then being around him, he teaches me a lot.
You said you played bad. Where do you need to get better for this week specifically?
Guarding the man in front of me, and I would say tackling, because we had a couple of tackles that I missed, and definitely me that I missed.
What about the challenge of, I guess they're throwing for 300 yards a game? I know I haven't played an SEC team yet, but how much do you think they can stretch you guys and kind of catching your attention with some of the things they're doing, throwing the ball around?
We just, we're going out schematically, just looking at whatever they have up front, and then whatever Coach Smart has for us, to go out there and play against it and scheme against it. We're trying to scheme against it. But they're a very great team. They're very great receivers.
What's their base formation? How many receivers they usually have on the field?
Most of the time it's 4. They're a very good passing team. They want to spread you out, pass the ball. Like I'm saying, they got some very good receivers.
What about tempos too?
Yes, know how to a lot.
What about number 7, Bayless? Did you see him on film? What's he do well?
He goes up and gets the ball. You know, he makes plays, and it's just one-on-one. He's a very good 50-50 ball catcher, you know, out there. When he plays, that's what I've seen so far. That's what he does.
Kirby mentioned that there's an overwhelming amount of analytics and schematics that they're looking at as a coaching staff. How much of that translate to you guys as players, and how much is them just putting you in the right spot?
Analytics-wise, I know for sure that I know, and it's like how hard we're working. So the speeds we're running, you know, things like that. Like I ran probably 19 miles per hour, 18 miles per hour. If I'm set and I hit 20 miles one day, I know that's the mark. You know, that's what I need to hit every practice. So that helps out. You know, knowing what speed you're running, getting ready for game time.
2 more questions.
You mentioned JR as the guy that kind of helped you with that transition change. Is there any kind of one word that he said to you or one sentence that helped you out in that transition at the beginning?
I wouldn't say one word, but like if I had to say something about like JR, he always tell me like you need to study, you know, study and practice. Practice make perfect. You can't just come out and just loaf around practice. You know, that's not our standard, and that's not the standard he's gonna hold me to. So it's like just coming out, make sure I'm juiced and everything every day.
Last question.
You doing anything special for your birthday today?
No, today is just, you know, it's another day. I'm blessed to be here. You know, so.
How old are you today?
22.
22.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Appreciate it.